Good morning. I'm actually speaking to you from the Green Hill County Park, which is actually made, if you will, from the dump. It's actually made from landfill material. It's actually adjacent to the dump. Um, I actually had to drop off a wood pallet here, and it kind of rounds into a story I have. How many of you have ever like red can, almost any aerosol spray can? How many of you ever read that? And ever read something that said, uh, flammable, do not dispose of, dispose of it, but don't incinerate it or anything like that? Now, my guess is you probably never gave that a second thought. And perhaps you never even had any real need to give it any second thought because what possible scenario would you find yourself in where you would want to do, what plausible scenario? Um, you know, you would, especially if you live in a bigger city. Okay. Well, so that takes me to a story. This happened in 1983. My grandfather on my mother's side had passed away. Now, for whatever reason, that kind of got my mama to starting to send, if you will, me to South Carolina, rural South Carolina, Darlington County, right on the Lee County line. I grew up in Charlotte, but that's where, she just figured that, maybe my grandmama would watch me a little better and she could work. My sister, too. Well, at this time, an uncle of mine had come. This uncle was stationed in the military. I believe he might have been in Louisiana, Fort Polk, I believe, at this time. But at any rate, so he came home to visit, if you will, my grandmother, his mother. Actually, we had the same birthday. And his daughter has the same birthday as mine, as my mother's. Well, at any rate, and so I guess he wanted to sit there, talk with the children. He wanted to, he really wanted to speak with the children. All my uncles are like that, and I probably need to be much more like my uncles. But at any rate, and so trash, right? Well, understand this is rural Darlington County. And understand, I live in Wake County, North Carolina, actually the largest county by population now, just past my home county of Mecklenburg County. And so we have waste facilities in quite a few places here, right? I mean, we've got so many of them, they made a park out of the dump, correct? Well, in this case, in Darlington County, they don't have as many. And we were so far out, a lot of times it may be a long time, maybe 30 minutes, before you see a car. Well, and so certainly no dump. So what did they do? They burned the trash. And so, my uncle, wanted to help us. He wanted to burn trash, with us. Um, so, we put up a heap of things, a heap of material in the trash, right? No problem so far, right? Well, some fellow by the name of Dino Lamount Bryant, the DLB, um, he noticed that there were some things that were missing. Now, I'm thinking that this might have been a bug spray can. Now, understand, this is very rural. We don't even have running water in this house. So just to let you know how rural this is. So at any rate, so I'm like, well, you must have been missing something. So I took this can and I put it on the heap of the pile. Well, my uncle, who for whatever reason was a little critical of me on several things, but anyway, he justly in this case, he said that's not a good idea, to do that. If you do that, it could, get hot and explode and come after somebody. Now, for whatever reason, this can had every inclination to prove my uncle correct. Sure enough, it got real hot, and for whatever reason, it must have known where I was. So it got hot, and then it took off. It went like a rocket, right? And I'm running. I mean, I'm a lot smaller than I was a lot smaller then than I am now, but I was running. I had a good, but I was running, right? I was running for my life, and I mean, it kept coming. I mean, I don't know how long. I mean, this couldn't have been, more than 20 seconds, I guess, but it seemed like 20 minutes. And I was running for my life, and that thing just missed me by a hair. I mean, it was a close call, man. Well, anyway, if you never had, if you will, any real life example or any real life reason of why not to put, if you will, a can like that in a fire, I believe I just gave you one. So don't do that. It was coming for me. I was woo. At any rate, man, I hope y'all enjoy the story. Like I said, I just really feel in the mood to just share these things. It's almost therapeutic for me. And my guess is there are going to be some more. And like I said, I was just thinking about it, man. The weird things that have happened to me and the stupid things I've done, I don't think there's an end to them. Anyway, hey, I appreciate it. Take care, y'all, and bye-bye.